Hello, Pisces. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, now, already shuffled. Relationship first, singles second, just because it's the pattern I've been in. Excuse me. Oh boy, here we go with the nose already. Great. Every time I sit down, it's the hiccups, the burps, the yawns, the itchy nose or face. So much fun. So much fun. Okay, so where are we starting with you guys? Now, between you and your partner, you're the Nine of Pentacles. Your partner is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, especially in this deck a lot, she feels like she's holding back her emotions a little bit. She's kind of keeping it on the low. And this is from you. So I don't feel like your partner is showing you how much they care. They're not really divulging that for whatever reason. They're kind of holding back. Are they nervous? No. I feel like they're a little busy. And they'd like to spend more time with you, but I feel like they're not getting involved because if they start showing you certain emotions, they're gonna get drawn into it because they'll be drawn into you in a sense. That's interesting. I feel like they're holding back because they're busy, but it's not like their emotions aren't coming across to you about how they feel. And you're not really happy about that, which would make sense. But it seems to be because they're busy. I don't know if they're purposely holding back. Okay, so they are purposely holding back. But they're looking at you in a favorable way, I'm noticing. Alright, so this is where you're starting off, but there's an angel card already there on your side with this, and it's connecting into the future. That things are going to get better for you. Its situation will improve. So things will get better. It's just right now. See, and you got these next two cards, which seem to be talking about the same point in this story. Starry. Okay, here we go. Now my eyes are wandering. Oi. It's like all of a sudden I turned on the camera and I fell apart. That's awesome. You have the Nine of Swords. Your partner has Judgment. They're busy with something, and they're happy and excited about their intention. Their attention is going towards whatever they feel like they got Judgment in their favor for. And you're feeling left out in the lurch here. But I feel like it's more, especially with that card, you're kind of worried. Like it's almost like you got something else got chosen instead of you. It's like this situation was chosen, and it was either you or this situation. It's almost like that's how it's viewed. Like, because this situation was chosen, it's just taking all that time that you would normally have with your partner. So this situation is taking time away from you. And that's what you don't like about it. That's where this feeling comes in. So it's not like you're left out completely in the cold, not like that, but the situation that your partner Judgment went in your partner's favor for, yes, it's good for them, but it also took time away from you, and that's what you don't like here. That's what you're not happy about. Alright, so we're good. Now, what's going on here? Because it seems like there's a little bit of a reprieve here for a moment. You have the Seven of Pentacles on your partner's side, and you have the Three of Cups on your side. I feel like there's some type of social interaction here. Is this between just you and him, you and her, whoever it may be, him or her, or whatever? So this is an intimate moment. I don't know if it's a fun time. I'm seeing people having fun. Now, if there's other people involved, that depends on the situation, of course. But I'm getting it's more about having fun, not so much in like an intimate, huggy way, but like almost like at a carnival or out doing something, maybe enjoying a game, something like that. That's what it feels like to me. There's some type of social situation, but it seems like it's centered on you, between you and your partner. And it's your partner, they have the Seven of Pentacles here because they're watering the relationship, if you will. Like that person there's watering that plant. They're doing what they need to do to keep you happy. I don't even think that's the word. They just want to sustain the relationship. They're realizing it's this situation is pulling them farther and farther from you, and it's getting to a point where they're like, you know what, I have to do something with my partner because I don't want that relationship damaged. And I feel like they're kind of doing maintenance on the relationship because they want you to know that they definitely still care. It's just they have other things going on right now. So it's kind of like relationship maintenance. Alright, so I'm a Pisces myself, but I'm not in a relationship at the moment. But I'm noticing these cards are kind of like, they're sticking to me, they're falling over the place. I'm rubbing my face. So I'm feeling like there's this need or this feel of aggravation here. And especially when I feel like you can get stuck on the sadness if you're not careful. Alright, so maybe that's why that happened. I'm one of those that I feel like certain things I'm noticing when they happen during a reading, there's a point there. They're trying to bring something home. And I feel like on this they're warning, don't get too caught up in the sadness of feeling like you lack. This is just a period of time. Things will shift back in your favor. It's just for right now. This is how it is. Now, the situation with your partner. So they're holding back emotion here in the beginning here, causing an issue, but they're also holding back something else. I feel, oh, how did I get so blurry all of a sudden? Where did that happen? Why did that happen? Can you see this card? I'm going to try to move it a little closer, see if it'll focus in. I don't know, maybe it's just blurry to me, but for me it looked really blurry there for a second. Now, again, with this card, the reason I was showing this is because she has her hand over that cup, but I feel like there's a secret here. Because I'm going farther in. I don't feel like it's that bad, but I'm noticing the Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot in your partner's spiritual point, which I feel like they're saying this needs to happen. Whatever this situation is that Judgment went in their favor, which is also a major arcana. One of 4 that they have, one of 4. An opportunity comes their way, and I feel like it's going to take them on a trip. Most of them are going to go on a trip. At the very least, something else in this situation pulls their time so much from you that it feels like they went on a trip. One of the two, if this is hitting. Definitely it's a general read, clearly, but they're pulled away from you. And I'm seeing on your side you have the Queen of Wands. Now, I feel like the reason this is really coming through, if you look at her face, to me a lot of times she seems a little bit less than pleased. Very stern but very stoic sometimes to me. And I feel like you might be doing that stiff upper lip type thing in the sense of like you really don't like this, but you realize it's good for your partner, something your partner's been working towards. So you're like standing there very strong, you're supporting your partner, actively supporting your partner, but you're not happy about this, but you're holding it together. You're holding it together. Okay. Which brings me to this part. Like, because I'm also seeing like this 5 of Swords, like you're trying to keep it together. The 5 of Swords can be a defensive card. It can also be shielding somebody from knowing what you really feel, or shielding somebody from a situation. It can be protective, a protective card. And again, I feel like there's an annoyed feeling here. You're not happy about this, but you're holding it together. You're keeping those wolves at bay. In the sense of like, you're not letting it become an issue. You know that this is something your partner's been working for and wants, and this is good for them. So you're fighting to not make it an issue. I feel like you might be holding back how you actually feel from your partner, that you really don't like this. Because I'm also getting this card with it. Like, you're wondering what other possibilities are coming through here. You're worried that this is going to be the beginning of a situation that you're going to see less of your partner, and this might continue on for a while, or, God forbid, indefinitely. They're telling me another card just flew on the floor. I feel like there's a sadness here, with like how much, like, it's good for your partner, but even though it's good for your partner, how ungood, how not good for you is it? I don't feel like that's really an issue going forward, but the situation might be playing on you a bit. And connecting into this as a Pisces myself, I'm feeling like it might get away from you a little bit, and you might need to like push it ahead, kind of like I am now, so I don't knock more cards on the floor. I don't know why I'm so sticky today. Well, I'm not sticky, but it's moist in here. I think it's humid where I am. What are we trying to say with this? Like, what? They're like, well, about to be. All right. You got forgiveness on your side, and you have perfect timing on your side. Along with the situation will improve. And I feel like things are going to be fine. Things are not out of whack. I feel like I feel I'm getting that it's more about, the moment, the change. Nothing is lost here. Your partner definitely loves you, because I have the Queen of Cups here. So the love from your partner is there. Your partner seems to be more in the know, completely in the know, I have to say, about what's about to come, how things are going to go. I'm not getting like this is a... Like, I feel like there might be a new era coming in. I'm not getting the World card, but they might be going into a new era in their life where they're starting to have more involvement in certain other things. That's a possibility. But if that's true, a new schedule, I don't know, how do you put this? A new way of living, like a new pattern will emerge from that that'll be more conducive for you. Once you're used to it and everything settles. But for right now, while things are changing, I feel like there's a lot of attention on this situation. Your partner's feeling pretty good about it, I'm noticing. They have the Ace of Swords, the Star card, the big happy changes. Things are really going well for them. They're excited about the situation right now. They're getting it off the ground. It's something they've wanted. They're going full force on it. When I'm seeing this, I'm feeling like their attention is very, very strongly headed in this direction. In the sense of like, it's not so centered on you, it's very centered on the opportunity. I don't feel like this is a permanent situation. I feel like this is almost like when you get a new car, and those first few months, it's like the best thing on the planet. And then you get used to it, and then everything kind of goes back to normal, if that makes sense. One of those feelings. So... And this person, it seems like whatever they've gone forward with, they've been trying for it for a while. And the fact that it's going forward, they're very excited about it. So they're just kind of living in that moment. But I do feel that, especially with the situation will improve, like the energy comes back your way. It's just at the moment, your partner's very centered on this opportunity that it seems like they've been wanting. All right. So... even if that situation persists, it's going to calm down. A new pattern will emerge. You'll be better in the long run. I'm kind of just feeling like the whole point of this reading is to realize, again, connecting as a Pisces, that your emotions might pull forward more sadness than you really want there. And you might like have to do something in the sense of like if you have family or friends, start planning things with them. Just touching base with your partner, making sure that you're not taking time away from them if they have a moment, because you realize you definitely want to spend time with them. That's something you want. That's something they want too. But keeping in touch with them, plan things with other people, keep yourself busy. I feel like you'll be fine. Like if there's a show you want to binge watch, that maybe your partner doesn't like. Maybe this is the time to do that. Just if you keep yourself busy, I feel like it won't be an issue. And this time it'll kind of pull through faster than you realize. All right. I think we're good for relationship. We're going to move into singles now. Single Pisces. I don't know what's going on. Well, my face is like, and I think it's because it's like a wet fall day here where I am up in New York, so I'm kind of like, I think it's just messing with my sinuses, quite frankly. I woke up this morning, I'm like, I feel like a mess. And I think I am a mess. Alright, let's go into Pisces single. Pisces single. Empowering information for Pisces singles. Help them see things coming and make adjustments to make them happy, to help them find happiness. Okay. Pisces single. That was an interesting ending. I was gonna stop, but then... Okay. Alright. Like I said, I was gonna stop, and the cards were like, no, we're not done yet. Okay. I bless these cards to match up perfectly for empowering information, to help the people watching to understand what's going on and make choices that suit them in an empowering way. My nose. Oh my gosh, my nose. I'm going to blame the weather. Alright, so single Pisces going into this. This is a little skewed. The power seems to be stronger in the past, I'm noticing. Alright, let's start here. You have the Five of Swords. There's defensive energy here. Now this is what I'm talking about. It's in the past that seems to be stronger. Knight of Cups. But it might be when I'm getting that Pentacle feeling. Now, is there a grudge? There could be a grudge. Somebody might have, I don't know, somebody might have done you a little bit wrong in the past, or there was some type of misstep at the very least, and you're a little defensive about it. And it might be quite warranted, because I'm also noticing in your mental aspects, the Four of Pentacles, holding back, not sharing how you really feel. In fact, the fact that you're defensive, well, if this is hitting, the defensive card with the Four of Pentacles, I'm feeling like you might be hiding how you really feel, that you're really not happy with this person. Something happened in the past, and I feel like this offer of love came forward, but either the way it came forward or somehow a little bit after it, something went the wrong way, and you were not impressed, and you were not happy with this person, for whatever reason. Either they started showing you interest and went a different direction, they dropped the ball and just stopped communicating, something like that. Well, yeah. Now, keeping it centered on this feeling, I'm also getting that's where this is. Alright, so the other side has the Eight of Swords. They're well aware. They're well aware that they made a misstep. Whatever that means to you, I feel like they're aware of it. And for some of you, I feel like you're kind of looking at it, well, yeah, they kind of have to know. For others of you, it was very nonchalant, and you're wondering if they even have a clue about how that affected you. I'm getting with this card that they are feeling the disconnect, and they are feeling, at the very least, they know that you're not happy with them. And they should have some type of inkling on why. Because with the Eight of Swords, yep, they're stuck there, and they're kind of nervous to move left or right. They're feeling like they're going to end up getting cut, because there's swords all around them. But I'm noticing that bull in the background. A lot of times that bull is kind of prominent. I feel like they have to get over it. I feel like they have to just address, the elephant in the room. This is the bull in the room. But hey, they have to address it if they want to move past it. So they might address it, is my question. Are they going to, is the question. I think they're going to, because there's the Ace of Swords with the Tower right here, right in the center. And the Ace of Swords in this deck has the fire. I believe I'm more of air, but hey, it could be. I'm feeling like it's very passionate communication. Like, this could come out of nowhere, because I'm noticing a fire connection here. To you, it might seem like it comes out of nowhere. They might have been thinking about it for a while, but it might come out of the blue for you. Yeah. Especially with that Tower card right there, that's usually a shock. And I'm feeling like whatever happened in the past, the misstep, that seems to be being addressed. And you're not expecting that. It comes in quite aggressively, quite passionately. And it's kind of, I feel like the way it comes in, this might be the whole point of this reading if this hasn't happened yet, for you to be aware of what's happening when it happens. Like, this person's been thinking about it, they want to correct it. They finally get the nerve, and then they call you, text you, see you in person, whatever. They find the opportunity to make it right, and they just move on it. They just do it. And by making it right, I mean they make the effort to make it right. They see the door is there, they knock on the door, and they try to get their message through. That they're feeling like, that was a misstep, they're acknowledging it as a misstep, and they're hoping that there's still a chance here. Okay. Now, Queen of Wands here again, which was in the first half of this video. The Queen of Wands makes me feel... I feel like this is a very confusing moment, which is strange with the Queen of Wands, because she's really usually not a confused person. Now, the reason it's confusing is because I feel like you got part of your emotion, like, stuck in that moment where you screwed me over once. You gave it to me once, and I don't really want that again. And the other side is kind of like, I really would like to go forward because there is an attraction here. There is an attraction and you're feeling it. So I feel like the reason there's confusion here is because you have the Queen of Wands that wants to take action, either walk away or walk forward. But due to the history, you're just kind of not sure which way to go, but you want to go. The Queen is telling me you want to go in some direction, and you're kind of trying to, it's almost like go left or go right. And you're kind of ending up going just between the two because you're not really sure which way to go. So it almost feels like this is telling me about this conversation that you're having. Like, you're kind of having a conversation, you're giving back a little bit, but you don't know what way to take it. You want to take it somewhere, you just don't know which way to take it. Like, do you want to get rid of it, or do you want it to happen? Do you want to give it a shot? Do you not? It's the history that's causing this moment. And it's not because the Queen usually knows how she feels, but the thing is, the Queen did know how she felt before, like, I don't know if an apology is coming your way or some type of acknowledgement. That effort coming forward to you seems to be throwing it off because you were not expecting it. This new variable is where, like, it's a very strong moment for you. You want to do something with it. You're just not sure what. You haven't decided what to do with it. Especially when I'm seeing your Nine of Cups in the future. You're looking at the possibilities here, and you're just kind of like, again, I feel like the Queen is popping in going, I want to just choose one of these stupid cups. I feel like it's a little bit of an aggravation. Like, I don't really want all these options. I just want the one I need. I want to know which one I should take and just go with it. And I feel like there's a frustration with that. Because the Queen energy at the bottom here, you're ready to move forward. Either, like, get rid of you from my life, we're done, or go forward, let's see if this can work out. But I feel like one of the reasons you're getting the Nine of Cups is because you're also wondering, what other factors are here? Do I try and you drop me on my butt again? Do I try and I'm just one of many? Do I move on and regret it? Am I going to move on and feel like that was the best idea? I feel like that's why the Nine of Cups is here to explain this. It's like, it's not just left or right. Because I feel like they would have given me the Two of Pentacles if that was the case, and I don't see it anywhere else here. I feel like because there's like, if I go with it, there's many ways this could go if I go with it. And you feel like you're owning even part of that. Like, if I go into this and try this, if I decide yes, but I can't really, but I'm still kind of holding back my emotion and I ruin ruining it. But if I say yes and I go forward with it wholeheartedly, am I setting myself up for a fail? Am I really the person that can, try my best but still be careful at the same time? Like, you're going through all these thoughts. It feels like there's all these options to you, and you're just kind of like, my first part is, do I do it or do I not? And then you're like, well, or can I just make this a casual thing for now just to see how it thinks? So it's almost like every time you go and you try to make a decision, a new one seems to pop up. And I feel like it just becomes more and more frustrating. Alright, so while you're going through this moment, because this isn't the future, the other person is the Eight of Pentacles here, and I feel like this is the overall energy. Like, I feel like the Queen is more you. I feel like this other overall energy, the Eight of Pentacles, is more the other person. In the sense of like they've been thinking about you for a while. They're addressing with themselves. They've been addressing to themselves what went wrong, and I feel like they've been playing it over and over. And I feel like there's a really strong strike of regret here. And they're very optimistic that if they just hold on and they just keep trying, that this can work out, that there's a possibility here, that this can heal, and that there's still a chance here. So I feel like they're biding their time. They're not expecting you to fall all over them in a quick moment. They're realizing it's going to take a moment for this to, grab hold in a sense where they can start building. Because I feel like they're looking at it like they realize it's going to take some work. But the Eight of Pentacles is saying they're working on it, feeling like if they just give you time, that you'll go their direction, and then they'll get their chance to really make it up to you. So they're holding on there. They're holding on. You're very indecisive. It seems like every time you come to like a left-right question, there's more, like it just seems to keep branching out. And I feel like that's kind of like the frustration, or it might be a little bit of the fear, because I feel like it hurt you the first time that they walked away. And you're kind of like, it's not so much of like just give it a shot and see where it lands, because you don't want to end up in that heart hurt again. Now what's going on here? There's extra things at the end here, which I find it very interesting. The situation does seem a little bit complicated but good. And there's some reiterations here. The situation improves. That's in your partner's, potential partner, because this is a single read, that's in their side. So they're things are going to improve for them. How they're handling things, the situation between you and them altogether. Things seem like they're going to heal, even though you might be a little questioning that at the time. They have Knight of Swords. These are all three of these are melding together. Knight of Swords, is that the 6? Two of Swords. Two of Swords, Knight of Swords, Two of Swords, and I don't know if you can tell yet, but I'll show you the Lover's card. This is why this has been holding on, because they've been feeling it for you for a while. They're feeling stuck, but they're trying to they're making this effort, because this isn't going away for them. You are a big part of their thoughts. And they're realizing this isn't just going to be an easy win. This isn't just going to heal in a second. But they're actively pursuing it to try to get through this block. Because they have this love for you. And if they're persistent, they will overcome it. If they're persistent, they will overcome it. Now, that being said, one of my taglines, this is at the end for you. King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Two of Cups. The Hierophant is... Where are you, Hierophant? There's the Hierophant there. King of Pentacles. Move my fingers. And, of course, the Two of Cups. Now, all three of these together, the Two of Cups seems to be trumping the whole situation. The King of Pentacles is strong here, though. Very strong. This is going to be a slow build. As time goes on, and then because I feel like this person is already like head over heels for you, as they persist, it gets easier. I feel like you're relenting over time, maybe in spite of yourself. I just feel like you just, at some point, you just start really letting it go. And that, I feel like that's kind of a weird sense of, it depends on the situation. For some of you, that's good. For some of you, I don't know. You're going to have to judge for yourself whether that's good or not. But I do feel as time goes on, as this keeps going, you're going to kind of let it go. And you're just going to let it, you prefer to let it go into the background, and you're going to let it go in the background. That Two of Cups that's trumping it, I really feel like you're feeling that love too. If you didn't feel that to begin with, you wouldn't have like been so perplexed with all the choices to make. I don't know if you were aware of it until this point, but like there's definitely a chord of passion between you and this person. Whether you want it there or not, I don't know about that, but it's there, and I feel like as this person keeps persisting, it's just strengthening that connection. It's almost like a power line that's getting more and more juice through it. It's just so strong, and it can't be denied after a while. And you're feeling the love, and the person is persisting. The Hierophant in the background, I feel like it's very, like, if the way it came in, like when it was on the table, I could see it there, but it was very, like, only because I know that little devil guy is over here on the side, I knew what card it was. I feel like you're very well aware of it, but it's slowly tipping back in the sense of, like, I don't know if it's going to completely disappear, but you're kind of letting it go again. But it still does weigh on you. Whatever happened before, I feel like it's very defining for you about this person. And it's why you were so it's why you were so strong about, should I walk away, and thinking about all the possibilities, because your distrust of this person is equally as strong as your love. But when the love, at least at this point in the beginning, but as it goes forward, the love seems to be tipping it more. But I feel like you're looking back at the past and you're questioning, like, am I just getting myself into something that's going to really get me in the end? Or can I keep an eye out and just realize, even though I love this person, they do have this quality, and I need to keep my guard semi up, or at least a backup plan just in case. This situation, whatever went wrong the first time, to you, that was not a little thing. And I feel like to you, it's not just like, somebody else got chosen instead of you. I feel like it's something else. I feel like there's something else grabbing hold there, and you feel like it's defining this other person's character. This thing from the past here, which the Knight of Cups is usually a good thing, and I feel like this person has emotions for you, has feelings for you, and in the very beginning, they moved forward towards you, but I feel like for whatever reason, they felt like that was the bad thing to do, the wrong decision. And I feel like they made a misstep trying to disconnect your interest into them, and they were successful with that, but they regret it in the long run, because whatever reason they had in the past thinking this wasn't the best idea, because they can't stop thinking of you for one, but due to recent events, I feel like they've changed their mind, they've changed their viewpoint. So this person might be a lot better than they were. There might be factors that you need to dig into. I don't know. I feel like this person might have to divulge certain things. I feel like there's a history here. If this situation goes forward, at some point, to put the past to rest, I feel like it might have to really be talked about in detail to understand who did what and why. And I feel like that may put it to rest. But it's not something that's going to happen right off the bat. I feel like it's farther down the line if that happens. It may be something you want to keep in mind. In fact, you might want to write down your feelings and how you feel and why you feel the way you feel. And just like let questions come out and just write down the questions as they come forward. That way when this comes forward, you'll have those questions on hand that you need answered to let this go or maybe let this go. because I feel like as time goes on, like things are gonna like defrost, and you're gonna have things come forward, questions about this past event that you don't like, and when the time comes, I feel like there may be a time. This seems out in the future. There might be a conversation where you have this opportunity to get the answers, not only because the conversation is there, but because your partner is very forthcoming and open with how they felt and what actually happened. You're feeling this opportunity is there, the connection is there, the information is flowing freely, and you can get these answers that you've been wanting. It's just like the opportune moment might present itself. If that happens, I feel like you could put the past to rest. Good? Good. Alright, I think I'm going to stop there because I feel like I'm starting to go on and on about this. Alright, so if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.